Guys, what's up? How's it going? It's John, and I want to share with you guys a walkthrough over my arcade in my house. Huge fan of arcades. Now, this collection I'm about to show you doesn't include everything in my collection. There's a few items that I have that are either on site somewhere else, including I have a pinball, a Jurassic World pinball, or it's a Jurassic Park Lost World pinball, actually, and that's at Starfighter's Arcade currently. People can play it. I have Nintendo Red Tent, which is a two-player Red Tent, and that's currently in storage. After Game On Expo, it's getting repaired, so hopefully get that repaired soon, and then I'm going to bring it back to my house. Also have a cocktail, it's a Space Invaders by Atari, and I also have a cocktail arcade, as well as like a multicade. For those who don't know, our cocktail arcades are those that you sit down at the table. Love them because they're smaller than normal arcades, but they're also more, I guess, practical because you can use them as a table as well. They were intended for like bars. Huge fan of them. But I want to show you what I have here in this room. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and let's take a closer look. Okay, we're gonna start here with, this is definitely the gem in my collection, not only arcade collection, but just gaming collection in general. This is arcade DuckTales, and you're thinking to yourself, I've never seen one of these before. That's probably the case. This is actually one of one. Well, actually, stand corrected, it's one of two now. Sam, who did this, good friend of mine, he's done two of them, and this is the first one that he's done. So there's two of these in existence. This is one of them. And what this is it's an NES. There's an NES in the back, and there's a multi-cart. You can put any game you want, but it's got a multi-cart. You can see here the panel. I love DuckTales, super cool. Hit start. Oh, go back. How cool is that? And there's a button here on the bottom, and it resets to this. I can go over here, and I can go DuckTales 2 if I want. Super cool. Love the attention. He did this all handmade. I don't know if you can see here the sparkle and the purple here. It's very cool. I'm going to reset that. So Sam, awesome work. He's done other ones too, including Mega Man. Check that out right here. That's sweet. That's my Star Wars arcade going. This is a Donkey Kong. This is a work in progress. It works fine. I'm converting it to a Donkey Kong remix, which for those who may not know, it's new stages. It still plays original Donkey Kong, but you can switch between boards. One of my favorite games. At one point, this used to be, looks like a Nintendo Versus cabinet, and I'm just converting it to right now Donkey Kong Remix. So it's a work in progress. Still got a lot to do. I've got to replace this right here. I've got to repaint it. I'm going to paint it black. But love it. Good machine. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. This is classic. This is definitely what I grew up playing. I got this at my church. They were basically getting rid of this thing, along with the Simpsons, which I'll show you in here in a second. And I picked up both for less than $100, which is pretty amazing. So arcades, yes, you can get pricey, but you can get a good deal on them as well. Big fan of NBA Jam. Yeah, anyway. Plays great, 4-player, awesome. This is a Neo Geo 4 slots. Right now I currently have multi-cart in there that has like a handful of games. But I do have normal Neo Geo games as well. Just more convenient because you can play a bunch of games on there. PlayStation 10. This is one of my favorite, arcades. It's basically NES, but it doesn't play NES games unless you have an adapter, which came out actually fairly recently. And this you can basically select. You can put different games in. I have about 20 or so games I own. It holds 10. Why they call it PlayStation 10. The idea was they had this, in arcades at the time back in the 80s, where you can preview upcoming NES games. Some of them are different. For example, I don't have it on here. But Goonies, for example, I do have Goonies, I just don't have it on this particular game load up now. But that never came out for the original NES, came out for the Famicom, so you can actually play Goonies on here, which is sweet. But the game, like Super Mario Brothers, it's the same as, let's go and start it. And it's the same as what you get at home. It's not like the Versus where it's a little bit different. I do have a Versus cocktail as well, I forgot to mention that. And I did a video on that fairly recently. It was a conversion of a Donkey Kong. But yeah, it plays great. Anyway, go to reset it. Yeah, love it. It's even got the light gun, which is cool. These were conversions of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in arm wrestling. They're dual monitor, very cool. I love this machine right here. This is Star Wars by Atari. It came out in 1983. And it's flickering in the camera, but actually doesn't flicker when you actually see it in real life. This is vector graphics. You can change between the games. Let's see if I can do it one-handed here. If you hold 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it switches to Empire Strikes Back. which is sweet. So it's got a mod. Again, that flickering, that's the camera causing that. But yeah, sweet. Love this game. I highly recommend it. It's got this yoke controller. You just can't emulate that. And this game is really hard to emulate because of the gameplay. Amazing game. Big fan of it. Next I have, right next to the Star Wars arcade, I have the Star Wars Pinball. This is by Data East, or some people say Data East. I prefer Data over Data, but tomato, tomato. And this came out in 1992. I have it modded. I've added these lights, got them colored out of that. This is color DMD now, opposed to the regular yellow one you'd find, or typical, black and white one. And the music is enhanced as well. It just got the music from the movie. And the original music on this thing is more like a disco music. This sounds really cool. It's very loud. I would play it for you, but I'm afraid of a copyright strike with John Williams, all that good stuff. So unfortunately I can't, but love this game. Also added, these are blue, and I've added some other mods to it as well, including the flippers here. So I've added some stuff to it. Next to it is Batman, based on the classic Batman movie. Came out in the late 80s. Michael Keaton Batman, one of my favorite ones. This is also by Data East. Came out in 1991. So I got to add some rubbers here to the flippers. But other than that, it plays really great. And love the way it plays. And it's a little bit different. You can see even the DMD display is a little bit smaller. In the 1 year difference, you can see how much they've improved it. Data East went on to be Sega Pinball, and Sega went on to be Stern, which still makes pinballs today. In fact, they recently, a couple years ago, released new Star Wars Pinball Stern. Would love to pick that up. Just got to find the room for it. Here's the Simpsons. This is another pickup I got from the 2-in-1 from my local church. This is a work in progress. I've got to fix, replacing currently. This was all torn up when I first got it, so I replaced this so it looks better. And right now all I have to do is get new joysticks and buttons and get this fixed. But other than that, it plays great. Love this game growing up. Konami, classic beat 'em ups. This including Turtles, the 2 Turtles games, Turtles in Time, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as well as X-Men, the 6-player one. They even have a 4-player one too, but amazing games. This particular one I played, well, not this unit, but this game I played as a kid a lot. Very fond memories. And my kids love this game, and they're 5. They really enjoy it. This one, shout out to Xcade, and they provided me this a while ago, several years ago. I did a contest, gave one of these away. Julian, super cool guy, hooked me up. Appreciate that. Shout out to Julian. This plays Pandora's Box. I could put a Raspberry Pi in here and put a bunch of different things. Right now it just runs a Pandora box. Same thing with this R-Type. This is a Pandora's Box, 1 player. It does have R-Type. This has like 500 games in one. This is like 300 something games in one. Games, depends on the game, emulate okay. Definitely not as good as a real thing. But I like bringing this to different promotions I have for Game On Expo, etc. And then behind me, I'm going to turn around here. If you look up top here, I don't have it plugged in, but that also works. The mini Donkey Kong, that's got 62 games, I believe, in one. And it's great. Very light, very portable. It's like maybe 15 pounds, opposed to one of these is like 300 pounds. So arcades, if you guys are interested in collecting them, they're a lot of fun. They can get kind of expensive. Pinballs particularly are a lot of fun, but again, they're a lot more expensive than your typical arcade machine or cabinet. And to repair them can get kind of a headache. I've learned over the years to kind of repair my own pinballs and work my own arcades. I am scared to death touching the monitors when it comes to arcades because they do hold a charge even if they've been unplugged for a while. It's the one thing I will not touch. But everything else, control panels, everything else, I've been working on and have a lot of fun doing it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It really means a lot. Thank you for subscribing. That means a lot too. Leave a comment below. Do you guys own any arcades? I'm really curious about it. We'll see you guys soon. Take care and game on. Thanks.